Hello everybody, how you doing? This is BLKCC1, and what you see in front of you is my SKS with Monte Carlo stock. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna not only make it 922R compliant, but also make it California legal. What you see there is a Tapco on the bottom. Is going to be a flat dark earth Tapco detachable 10 round magazine that it's a 20 round look, but it's only 10 rounds. And then I've got the shorty vertical grip for the front. I've got an ATN red dot sight over there, if you see just above the action of the SKS. And then of course in the package is going to be my Tapco stock. It's all flat dark earth. Wanted to change the style on it, update it a little bit, make it look a little bit more modern. Realize I already got the Sporter stock on it, but not too crazy about it. Like more of that flat dark earth look. So I'm going to go ahead and change it out, and as I'm changing it out, I'm going to bring you guys along. All right, once again, now that you're looking at it, what's going to happen is you're going to see that what I like to do is I like to use a lot of basic tools. Using basic tools means that friggin' anybody can do this. So what you see now is I got my hammer and a little roll of tape and a nail set punch, if you will, on the bottom of the screen, so that way I can go ahead and tap out, get that upper handguard off. I've got a file, I've got a set of side nips and a little, you probably can't see it, but a little 18 gauge, 2-inch. It's made out of aluminum, but if you look at it, what happens is this is just for a nail gun. You can see the head on it. Nail gun, stuff I happen to have. I'm going to use that to make the fixed stock with, or a fixed magazine. I've got my drill to go ahead with a little tiny drill bit in it, which I don't need to show you, but that's go ahead and drill the hole in the back of that little horn of the magazine, which is right here. What I'm going to end up doing is drill a little hole in the back of it, and this pin will be inserted in there, and it's going to stick out just a little bit, so that way when I go ahead and create my fixed stock, it won't be able to get out when I go ahead and hit the magazine release. It won't come out, which will make it not California compliant, being that it's only 10 rounds. Alright, so now what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and drive this pin out. It's been done once before, so hopefully it'll be a little bit easier. Go ahead and get my nail set, something to give us a couple love taps with. Cheap. Hopefully it'll go right back in. Ah, can you believe that? Look, just a couple taps. This is probably the easiest removal on all of YouTube. But it's been done before, so that's going to be the only reason why. And I grabbed everything but a set of pliers. Need a set of pliers. However, yeah, once my wife sees this video, she's going to kill me doing this on the floor. Almost out. There we go. Pins out. Gotta save that. I pull this end off. That'd be funny. That comes off so easy, but yet I can't get the end off. That would be ironic. There we go. Just had to separate a little bit. Oh, that's off. Look at that. Yeah, baby. It was way too easy. Oh my goodness. Alright, so now I'm going to open up my Tapco stock. Hopefully I can get this in here pretty quick. Probably end up fast forwarding this, so that way you guys don't have to watch stuff like me opening the container and stuff like that. I guess I could have looked at the instructions on how to do this too. Here's the screws. Alright, yeah, I've got, it does come, for people that don't know how to do it, it does come with instructions on the back of this showing you how to do it. But inside here, oh look, I even got a new pin for it. Oh, that's awesome. So I can put a brand new pin in here, but I'll save the old one too, just in case. So I know a couple things. On my 22, which is, I guess I'm going to buy it for this one too, I'm going to put a loop on here. Just like my 22 I've got the same thing, like I've just been saying, on my 1022 Ruger. And I really, really like it. It's awesome. Great. Works perfect. Wouldn't trade it for the world. But pull this off for a minute. However, the thing is, though, it makes it really convenient to put a one-piece on there. Giving a shout out to Bowtac Tactical. If you go to Bowtac Tactical, I'm not big into supporting everybody else's company. But the thing is, though, is that for everybody looking for a deal, they got some, I think they're called KV single point slings. And those single point slings, you can get them mailed to your house in flat dark earth, or I think they call it coyote brown, but it's pretty much the same color. And it runs, literally, it runs like, oh, I ended up getting 2 pins. It's awesome. But it literally runs like $15 mailed to your house for a single point sling, and it's pretty good quality too, and it's got a nice clip on it and all that. So I mean, it works really, really good. Yeah, and I need an Allen wrench for this sucker. Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you don't read the instructions. So what I'm going to do, basically use my Phillips tip just to kind of get started so it's in there so I don't end up losing it. Just kind of really quickly attaching the stock piece to it, because I'm not going to have anything else really it won't be that big of a deal. I just go ahead and get, yeah, it'll get it snug. It won't get it, it's not going to make it to where you can't get it out, but it just gets it kind of snug so that way it starts to sit in there. Won't strip it out either. Alright, cool, that's on. Goes on just like a regular M16, AR-15, you non-military types. Goes on just like that, so cool. Alright, well, and let me do this. Let me put the handguard on, and looking at it, small side to the front. It even says on the inside, front. So, you know, I see a little nub right here. I guess that's to keep it, but I'm just going to shave that down just ever so slightly. Because it's like a molding mark on here. It was just sticking up higher than what the other nub was for to keep it nice and tight. It was sticking up a little bit too high where it wouldn't really fit, so. Yeah, it's still a little high. A little hard to fit. I can see where it's hitting. I can't even like wedge it in. I don't want to bang it on the floor. It's going in that way. So what I'd like to do is put something flat over it, tap it down. Okay, here I am again. Got my socket, something to tap on, and so use this to push it down. Now what I need to do is not only tap it down, but you see, Okay, got on there. What I did is I took this off, put it on the belt sander, like this, of course, with the handguard off. Put it on the belt sander, burned it down. That way I could put it on here and test fit it for you. So it's all the way forward. This piece on the rear goes on. On the inside, it's still, if you can see that, it's still fairly tight on there. The holes pretty much line up. They're just off ever so slightly, but I'm not going to remove any more material. Now, working on here, so I've got an extra pin in case I ever want to return it back to normal. Why I would ever want to do that, I don't know. But now look at my other piece here. Now this, it locks in the front, and then this would end up working like this. This would be the scenario. So what I need to do is keeping this line and the line of this horn parallel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little mark on there so I know approximately where I need to put that little pin. And I didn't bring my little scraper here, so what I'm going to do is ad lib. Doesn't need to be much, just a line to identify where it is. Probably a little hard for you guys to see, but I got me a little scratch. That's good. Okay, now they got a little scratch. You can see how thick it is. 1/8 inch maybe. I'm gonna drill me a little hole, put my pin in there, cut to size, grind it, and let me see how that works. Okay. Got me a little hole in there, cha-ching. Maybe a little too far in, I don't know. Where's my little nail? Here it is. The drill bit I was using was a little snug. As you can see, it's snug, which is what you want. So what I'm going to do is cut it down to size. And then flatten it. First thing I'm going to do before I even really start checking is I do want to get my edges flat. So it's like a flat pin. So pin is flat. Me, obviously still too wide to get in there. So what I can do now is tap one side down to see about where I need to be. Okay, if that's the middle, it still needs to go down a little bit. Or just file it because it goes pretty quick. Yeah, it went really quick. Test fit. Almost. Man, just a smidgen. I swear, a smidgen. Ah, worked it down. Two. It's not in the middle. So it's got like a good friction fit in there right now, but I just got to get it to where it fits into the between here, because it's hitting on those top ears and it's indented, and I want it to hit on the bottom. Right now it's a little bit too big to go in. I mean, literally just a little too big. And I want it to be snug in there. There we go. Oh, now look at this. I pull this. See how, if you can see that, I pull it, it can't come down. Works perfect, yay! What I've just done is I took a 10 round, you can see on the bottom, 10. I took a 10 round detachable magazine, and just by drilling that hole and putting that 18 gauge pin in there from a nail gun, what I've done is I made it a non-detachable. If I move out of California, what I can do is go ahead and just punch that pin right out of there, grab it with a pair of pliers, pull it out, and now this is a detachable magazine I can use anywhere. Not going to get too crazy and pull this out. I'm sure there's some type of little, some little block in here that keeps the spring from going all the way down. But as of right now, it works ideally. Oh man, that is like perfect. I don't think the factory got that good on it. Okay, so I got my piston done. I've got my, not my piston, but my upper forearm done. I got this done. So now what I need to do is put the little spring in there. Spring in here. Spring. That helps it pop it up. And I need to get a driver to drive this. Oh, that should have been the socket that I got, huh? All right. I got to take a look at this, man, because I'm dying here. All right, back again, guys. All right, I found out what my problem was. What happened is that as I was trying to put this together, because if you remember, I was talking about this being a little bit too long. The end piece here, I had to shave it down. I also had to file the cap down closer to the tube. It was so tight. I couldn't get it to seat. So now that I can get it to seat, let me go ahead and put it together. Woohoo! All right, went a little bit too far. See, now it fits. Now it goes all the way down and fits. So let me see if I'm gonna have a problem with it having too much room or not. And if you remember, this stock was really tight on here, so. Wow, really tight. Let me see if I can try to force this open a little bit with my hands. The inside, yeah.